I didn't watch the thing.
Well, on the thing, he was just saying like, I don't know nothing about this. I don't know nothing about this. He just
Clearly
kept
ain't
saying.
nobody know nothing about it.
He just kept saying that. I don't know nothing about this. It's saying about me.
So
I
I
don't know nothing
decided to
about
be a
this.
little bitch.
I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing about this.
I wish I was better at like putting clothes together, like style together. I feel like I'm just not good at that. It's not a skill of mine. Putting together outfits. It's just not a skill of mine.
I can see that. Slam niggas. I was waiting for you to say something.
Whatever. Let's do a story. Oh, not looking at me. I have this pimple that will not go away. Hey, Rochelle. Uh-oh. Why my Instagram acting crazy? Trying to just post a little story and my Instagram acting up. Just trying to let people know we on. And it's acting crazy. Nice to see you too. Hey, Rhonda. I know we missed last live because we were coming back from a little road trip.
Yeah.
So we missed last live. We'll tell you all about that. Mark's birthday road trip. We got a few little updates today, I think.
My birthday road trip slash.
You gotta wait for the story.
Oh, excuse me.
You gotta wait so everybody can hear it. What's up, y'all? We are live on the Bradley Party of Six. I was about to say Instagram. What's this? On the
YouTube.
Bradley Party of Six YouTube channel right now. Come see us and chat.
That's your stories?
Yeah.
I'll put it on Bradley Party 6.
All right, let's just post live. We always doing this on camera. Why don't we ever do this beforehand? You know what, y'all? These days be hectic, okay? Hectic. I feel like we do this as soon as we get on and we never do it beforehand.
Do what?
Oh my god. Like post it on Instagram. Like
I posted the countdown on Instagram.
yeah, you did post the countdown.
I always I've been on my shit, so I've been on my shit. So.
Whatever. These days be so hectic, y'all. And it's not even been that bad since all the sports stopped in mid July. It was crazy up until mid July, and the last few weeks I feel like we've gotten a little reprieve before school starts. But it was like nuts. Like the summer was worse than the school year. We were running like every single day, and now it's. I feel like it's like tapered off a little bit, and then when the school year starts, it'll probably get back crazy. But it is what it is. Um, so these days have been so crazy. I saw this post I posted it on my Instagram stories, and it says dinner time for non-sports families from 5:30 to 7:30. For sports families, either 4:30 or 9:30 p.m. Those are your two choices, and that's literally accurate. Maybe not 9:30, but more like 8:30 though. That is so accurate. You either eat super early or we have to eat after all the practices and the extracurriculars, and that ends up being at like 8:30 p.m., which is really late for everybody. So it sucks. Working like a slave. I feel you, girl. Work has been super busy for me too. We're in like mid-year performance review time, and work has been it's been ridiculous. Like it's been so busy the last few weeks, but they've been keeping look, they making me earn this money, okay? They making me earn it. Oh, thanks, Brianna. I don't know. It's maybe it is. Maybe I don't think this camera got a filter on it. It's just the webcam. So
What?
huh?
What?
Brianna says she's peeping the glowing skin on both of us. It must be all the water from 75
What's all this gray in here?
Oh, it do look like a lot on camera. I didn't even notice it.
Well, Morgan did. She had her Monday practice. She just was like, "Daddy, you're starting to look like an old man." I was like, "Why, baby?" She's like, "Cause you got all that gray in your beard." I'm like, yeah. Daddy, stop dying, baby. Daddy is embracing 40.
Them kids don't care about nothing. They'll say whatever. Them kids don't care about nothing, okay? They'll say whatever on their minds.
Daddy is embracing 40.
So what y'all drinking tonight?
I'm sorry, I'm trying to get this.
It's okay. I am drinking just some basic barefoot Moscato. We had a birthday party for Mark. His birthday was July 27th. So we had a little birthday party at the house for Mark, and we bought like all this wine. And I bought 2 big bottles of this barefoot. I bought the regular Moscato and the pink Moscato because I just thought a bunch of people would want Moscato.
And they didn't.
And yeah, because he was like, I'm gonna open them both because people don't like to open other people's bottles. So we just like pre-opened them and put the cork back in them, and nobody drank them. So now I'm stuck drinking these 2 big bottles. Which I mean, I don't want to say stuck because I'm good with it, but just saying.
And y'all, am I tripping with that? Because I feel like people when they go to house parties or gatherings, they be like, at least I know I do. I'm like, oh, I don't want to open nobody's bottle.
I'm like, you got it out here. It must be for everybody.
I'm just saying it's sitting here, and like especially if it's other liquor already open, you're gonna be like, oh, like I just drink this.
Here he comes.
Where you going?
Well, why you bring it down the stairs? He come down the stairs. Somebody's heavy.
Look, oh yeah.
But yeah. So now I gotta drink these 2 big bottles. I already went through the first one. Huh? You did that? Yeah. Nobody asked you to do that.
Where was we at? Where you stopped at?
Oh, I know. I saw the gray hair and liked that.
Mommy. Yeah, I've been embracing the gray. I usually try to dye. I will in the past like couple of months. I've let the beard go. I still dye the top, but I've let the beard go. So it's gonna be gray, completely gray. I say
you can't drink that.
By the time we hit 40 next year.
That mommy juice. That mommy juice. You want some water? You ain't gonna like it. Got the henna cucumber in it. Stop. You say hi though? You didn't even say hi. Say hi. Tell him your name.
Yeah, what MJ?
You're MJ?
Yeah.
Oh, y'all. These terrible twos, honey. I feel like the girls ain't act like this. This is another breed of kid right here.
Little angry orchard. I ain't had an angry orchard in a while. Okay.
Yeah.
I used to love me some angry orchard.
Yeah. Oh.
I know it does seem like yesterday I just had them. Like, I'm telling you, these terrible twos ain't no joke.
Morgan calling you, please. You want to see what Morgan wants? No?
Yeah, mommy.
Okay.
Oh my God. Okay,
Right, so
you about to get out of here, boy.
I guess we're doing this live with Queese here.
No, he about to get his butt out of here. Get off my water. Okay, that's enough water.
You gonna see Morgan?
Go play with sissies. Bye, buddy. Hey. Take this back upstairs.
All right.
Come get this.
MJ is getting so big. Yes, he is.
He is. He really is. He do everything.
We've been good. It's been almost a month since we've been on here.
It's been a month. It's been 4 weeks because we missed the last one.
So quick update. Quick update. So your boy turned 39. Thank you for all the birthday wishes. That was supposed to be our last live that we were supposed to do is the day after my birthday. I was talking to Cece. I think that when we woke up, we were talking about what we got to do. We're going to get back to Cleveland. Like, we got to go live. We got to get a picture up, all this other stuff. And then I think we ended up staying at Kalahari. I don't know if anybody knows what Kalahari is, but it's like this.
You ain't tell. We went to Kalahari.
Well, we went to Kalahari for my birthday. Supposed to be. So let me rewind a little bit. So normally, y'all know we usually go do some kind of couples thing for our birthday.
Last year we were in Punta Cana.
Yeah. So we usually do some kind of couple thing for our birthdays. So I haven't been in Cleveland for my birthday in probably like 3 years. And Raya was like, "Oh, Daddy, you haven't spent your birthday in Cleveland. We want to celebrate your birthday with you."
She's so fake.
We want to celebrate your birthday with you. Please don't go out of town. Got me. I'm like, all right, well, cool. And I'm like, let's go I'll take the kids. Let's take the kids to Kalahari for my birthday. Cece claims she said she told me not to do this.
I
I still
did.
don't remember.
I
her
said,
saying-
why'd you listen to them kids? They don't care about you. They just want to go to Kalahari.
So we go to Kalahari for my birthday.
I left them kids so fast. I'll see you when I get back.
Them kids bolted on us. Damn, as soon as we got there, they was gone. I ain't see them all day long. I was asking them, hey, you want to get, I would see them throughout the day. Hey, you want to go get on this ride? Oh, we already did that. You want to go get in this? Nah, we already did that.
They was hurting his feelings too. He was like, and we got the second day to go back down to the water slides and stuff. It's a water park. And we stayed overnight. We rented a nice cabana both days, all of that. And the next day it was like some ride that they was trying to get on the day before or whatever that they couldn't. And we like woke up the next day, went back down there. He's like, oh y'all, we could go ahead and get on this ride today because it's not that crowded. Oh, we already did that, Daddy. Sorry. Like walked away. It was so funny. His feelings was so hurt.
I was like, oh, so it starts.
They ain't want nothing to do with him.
And so it starts. I was like, oh damn.
I said they played you. You was a fool for that. I left them kids.
So I celebrated my birthday, with a 2-year-old who had me held captive in the kiddie area while my wife slept in the cabana.
That was day one. You slept day two.
We slept day two. But again, on my birthday, the kids left me. Cece fell asleep in the cabana, and I was stuck in the kiddie water park with Marquise all day.
No, you wasn't, because he slept with me for a long time too.
No,
cabana.
No, he did not.
Yes,
it wasn't that long. Come on, on the second day.
It was hours. The first day.
No, that was after we went and got the pull up and changed them and everything else. Then he was knocked out afterwards on our way when I had to go to the store. I went on a witch hunt for liquor in Sandusky because I had to go look for something to drink on my birthday. There's no alcohol on the resort. So I had to drive. GPS tells me that there's a liquor store 20 minutes away. I get to that liquor store. They're like, oh, all we sell is wine here. And I had to go to the Kroger's 20 minutes away from there. Got that, then drove another 15 minutes back to the resort. So I wasn't even enjoying the water park while Queese was asleep. I was driving around.
How was you going to look for liquor?
So that was my birthday in a nutshell.
Ooh,
Stuck in Sandusky, Ohio, while my kids enjoyed my birthday more than I did.
I told him. Forget them kids. I'd have been gone. I'll see y'all when I get back. That'd be all right.
So, yeah, that was my birthday. And then, like I said, by the time we decided we was coming back late, then we got back to Cleveland about 5 o'clock that day. And we was just like, we good. We're gonna catch everybody in a couple of weeks.
We were so tired. It was nice though. And then so that was Wednesday and Thursday, and then Friday, we had a party at the house. So we had basically everybody came over. All our friends and family. It was really, really nice. We were in the backyard. We had the fire pit going. There was people all over. I baked a cake. It was good too. Everybody liked it. When the crumb left, I baked a cake, and we had a good time. We had a really good time that day. So it was really nice. What else been going on? Oh, so did I tell y'all that? I think I told y'all last time I found the dress that I'm gonna wear for
I think we talked about that.
Maybe I did, but okay, so I found the dress that I'm gonna wear for the vow renewal, but then I tried the dress on. Actually, my friends were in here, and I just kind of tried it on while they were here, and I ended up not really liking the dress that I bought. So I actually have to send that back. I need to do it like next week. But I actually ended up not liking the dress that I bought. So I found another dress on Amazon that should be here next week that I'm hoping I really, really love. And it just needs some minor alterations. I got it a size bigger to make sure that it fits. I got it a size bigger than my normal size. I just want to be positive that it fits, and then I'll just get it altered to my body. But the dress is so cute, and I'm hoping this one works, because if this one doesn't work, then I don't know what I'm going to do. This is probably why you don't wait to the last minute to look for a dress, but it is what it is. But I did find a dress. So that was good news. And yeah, the wedding's like a month and some change away.
Oh, just hold on. So, hope you feel better, Rhonda.
What happened? Oh no, not with COVID. Yeah, I hope you feel better. Are your symptoms bad? I hope your symptoms aren't bad either. I was just telling him earlier, the Shade Room had posted that the CDC says you no longer need to quarantine when you have COVID. They said you no longer need to stay 6 feet away from people and you no longer need to quarantine. I'm pretty sure that's what I read today. And I was like, oh, so people just gonna be out here going to work with COVID. They were probably doing that anyway. But
Yeah, pretty sure.
I mean, that's what I thought this thing. God, the Shade Room have so many posts. CDC no longer recommends social distancing and quarantine for COVID-19. That's what it says. Potty training.
Has
It's
its good days
going.
and its bad days.
He, like, during the day, for the most part, he doesn't have
perfect.
any accidents. It's when we get home to like that 6 or 7 o'clock
Not
range.
even 7 o'clock range. It's more like we are winding down. It's about 8 or 9 o'clock. After dinner, we let them go play and stuff, and then
What you want?
That's when we have problems. What's up?
Yeah, he poops every day, like clockwork. He poops every day between 7 and 9, but he doesn't want to go he just doesn't want to wait and go on the toilet.
Okay.
He
I'll
pees
come up
really quick, and then we'll put him on because I
Just
know
go
he
watch
has to
TV.
go,
Watch
and
TV in your bedroom right now.
and he'll pee really quick, and he'll be like, I'm done, I'm done, I'm done, and just keep yelling, I'm done. I'm like, MJ, just sit for a minute, just sit. And every time I make him sit, he poops. But every time I let him get up, he, like, 5-10 minutes later, he poops on himself. It is so annoying. So that's where we are with that. But he's during the day, he's great. Like, he's great.
I played everybody.
Yeah, they all played him. I told him.
You ain't told me nothing.
I did.
What show was that from? You ain't told me
I
nothing.
don't know, but I told you to leave them kids.
You ain't told me nothing.
And not y'all stressing this man for his birthday. We need to redo. Well, nobody stressing him. He was stressing himself. I know. We couldn't even sleep together because MJ acted a fool. So he had to sleep in the room. We had like a big suite. So it was like a living room with a pull-out couch and a balcony.
That's where Mari and his friends stuff.
Yeah, a kitchen. It had all of this stuff. And then another bathroom in the hallway. And then there was a bedroom with the king size bed and everything, and that was supposed to be our room. And then there was like
Another
a second,
suite.
like it was like an actual, like a second hotel room, which they probably use it like that. It was like an actual, it was an adjoining hotel room. So it had 2 queen beds in there and then another bathroom. Like it was a whole nother room. And the girls and MJ were supposed to sleep in there. MJ refused to stay in there, kept coming in there with me and Mark, and he was like, I'm not sleeping with MJ. And so he went in the other room.
I had the girls because it was gonna be Queese in his own bed and the girls in bed. And it was like 12:30, and Queese was like not showing any signs of going to sleep. So I was like, you know what? You can have your son tonight. I kicked Morgan. I told him I got in the bed Queese was gonna sleep in, and I went to bed. I was like, it's cool. And I had to drive. I had to drive there.
It was a quick 1-hour drive.
I had to drive on my birthday. I had to drive back. You did not offer.
I'm pretty sure I did.
You did not.
I'm pretty sure I did.
You did not. You drove. You offered. She fake offered. We went
fake offer.
We went clothes shopping for the kids on a trip last week to Columbus. She fake offered to drive there.
Yeah, we took a 2-hour road trip to go shopping at the outlet.
She fake offered to drive there.
Did not. I offered to drive there and I offered to drive back.
You did not. No, you know your exact and quit lying. Your exact words was we was already driving. I was showing signs of being that because I was like my back hurt. She's like, you need me to drive? Like, there's no way for me to get off the freeway here. She offers it.
Why couldn't you pull over? You could have put over.
There's no way for me to get off the freeway here. We're in the middle of a turn. We're in the middle of like an interstate. She's like, you need me to drive? I'm like,
you could have put it.
And then she was like, and then we drive a little. She's like, I just wanted you to know that offer to drive is only here, not back.
But then when we was on our way back, I offered.
No, I don't remember that.
What?
So anyway,
You
had
need
me
to
driving
hide.
on my birthday. Had me driving
You
last
hide?
week. Even after the girls was like, "Oh,
What?
mommy needs to drive
Hi?
on
Oh,
daddy's
you wanna
birthday."
say hi?
No.
You already said hi. Oh my god. You already said hi. Don't nobody want to see you. You is fake.
He just want that water. Right? He just want the water.
Can I say hi?
Mommy,
Hmm?
I want
What is it?
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah.
Water?
Yeah, water.
Definitely would. I'm not sure. I would have left those keys.
Yep. In a heartbeat. You ain't even gotta ask me twice.
This is the thing. So Cece don't be caring. I be caring about my babies. My babies want to play. They be like, "Daddy,
Clearly,
you
I
ain't
don't
play."
care about you.
I'm like, if I don't play with them in like a week or something like that, like a board game, Morgan to get me to play Uno. I think I played Sorry with her last Sunday. I be like, why you don't ask mommy? Because she gonna say no.
No, baby. Be like, mommy is busy.
Oh, yeah.
Mommy's editing video. Oh, Mom, what is you doing?
Busy the same way daddy is, editing videos and working his job.
Mommy be busy. Congratulations. Thank you. And I hope I love the other one. I really do. I waited way too late.
What? Okay.
Daddy,
What?
I'm there.
Get down.
They all said them kids got you.
No, you ain't getting nothing out the pantry, boy. No. No.
You're not getting no chips. Get out of here.
Go play.
Then he just looked stunned when you told him no. Said the CDC full of it. I know, right? Don't be knowing what to do.
CDC be like the NFL. They just whatever sounds good, they going we rolling with it. So
CDC don't be knowing what to
COVID and monkey
do. And polio.
and yeah.
Right. That's what I said. I was like, this has been the worst, like 2.5 years. What is the monkey? Why do we have monkeypox?
It's been like the worst.
Why do
Like,
people have monkeypox?
Since I've been alive.
I ain't never seen nothing like this in my life.
Since the turn of the century. Like if you 22 years old, like you've been through a lot. It started with 9/11. Well, it started with the 2K. Y2K. We all know the past 22 years has been a lot going on.
Monkeypox. Like what? I was like, what is happening? Why are we getting monkeypox now? Like, God, this is just the worst. Like, what is going on? I don't even know what to say anymore. Nothing is surprising. Nothing after. I feel like nothing since COVID can surprise me. Like, never in a million years did I think when they're like we're in quarantine. Never in a million years did I think we would have to, like, the world would have to quarantine. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's unfathomable. Like, I mean, I was just in Dallas at the beginning of February 2020, and then
I feel like we done came like leaps and bounds in since then. Like I feel like the world then been like 4 years since 2020. I feel like we done a lot.
2020 feels like it was light years ago, and so much happened that year. Like for us, 2020 was the craziest freaking year. And I mean, it was the craziest year for everybody, but for us, it was like COVID. It was like we added 2 kids to our household. We had a baby. Mari started to live with us full time. We sold our house and built a new house and moved here. And it was 2020 was just, it was nuts. It was like 6 years in one. It was crazy.
I don't know where you left off.
Right here. Oh, she said her symptoms were bad for 2 days, but she's starting to feel better.
That's good.
Man, I don't want to get sick no more for the rest, I don't know, for a long time. The way I felt a few weeks ago. So I get it. That MJ knows what's up. He's a star tonight. MJ better take his ass to sleep. That's what MJ better do. MJ is stressful. He's very stressful. Like the other kids, I'm telling you, the girls did not act like this at all. Like at all.
Well, the girl's scared of him. Shit.
But I mean, even when they was their age,
I'm
they
just
didn't
saying.
act
Even
like
now, I'm talking about like
this.
he terrorizes the whole house.
He really does. He's terrible. And maybe that's because they didn't have anybody to act like this with. Like maybe him having the other kids makes him worse. I don't know. But and they didn't have. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Right there.
Mark sound like my husband, and I'll be like, okay, I'm busy. You're on your own with these kids, and I miss Pearly. Yeah.
Yes. Goodbye. Goodbye. That's how I be. I be in my room, in my bed. I'm just trying to edit. Don't bother me.
She don't feel bad or nothing. We could both be sitting there. It's a Sunday afternoon. Morgan will just come in there. We ain't did nothing on Sunday. Morgan might have been on Sunday, but Daddy,
I do stuff every
with-
Sunday. You ain't did nothing on Sunday.
we ain't did nothing on Sunday. You ain't again. She come in there with the cutest face. Daddy, can you play with me?
She ain't that cute.
And I'll be like, why don't you? I'll be like, why you don't ask mommy? Mommy ain't gonna play.
That ain't what she say.
She do say
Like,
that.
"Mommy
Morgan,
busy."
no, Raya say mommy busy. Morgan say you ain't gonna play with her. I'll be like, why you don't ask mommy? Because she's not gonna play with me. I'm like, all right, baby, I'll play with you. Give me a few minutes. I'll come in there. I can't say no to her.
It's 3 other kids. Why don't they go play with each other?
They don't always want to play with each other.
They don't need me. Goodness gracious.
So I try to do something with them. She want to play Uno, or she want to play Sorry, or she want to play something. So they be getting me. They do.
Whatever. Morgan made the travel soccer team, so she starts travel soccer. The first game is on Sunday. I'm so excited to see how they play. And they've been playing soccer since Ryan was 3, Morgan was 4, but they just like their Saturday league is just kind of for fun. They don't play like actual games. They don't keep score. I think in the league that she would have been in this year, they would have. But yeah, they don't play actual games. They don't keep score. There's no like champion of the, you know what I'm saying? It's just like they're just kind of giving them drills and teaching them the game. But these are like actual games where they keep score. They have a goalie. Like I'm excited to see her play competitively against other kids who are like just as good as her. So it's gonna be great.
No more school year as COVID numbers go down. I am still the only teacher wearing a mask, though. I feel like that's still like I feel like I've seen less and less people with masks. I still see I feel like it's like really random, but I do see. I probably go into a department store when I go to the store, see at least one person with a mask. But those numbers have drastically dropped. I feel like I see maybe one person out and about when I'm out with a mask on. So you are definitely in the minority in that category.
And it's really hard to get kids to keep masks on. I would assume, because I know there's parents who send their kids with masks, but I would assume it's really hard to keep masks on kids.
Yeah, because our school district sent out an email beginning of the week to basically tell us that we are back to normal protocol. Like there's no mask expectations on the bus or in school, or
they're not tracking
anymore. So we are back to normal protocols.
Yeah, because we started the school year last year with masks on the bus. Yeah, but they ended that. So yeah, they also ended the free lunch program. So our kids, we would feed our kids before they go to school. They would go to school, eat a second breakfast, and then all the lunches have been free in Ohio. It's probably been like that everywhere, but all the lunches have been free in Ohio for the past 2 school years. So I'm like, you want to eat breakfast at school? Go ahead and eat breakfast at school. I don't care. This year, they're back to charging, unless you qualify for like free or reduced lunch. They're back to charging. So it's like, I was looking at the prices today, and it was like $2 for breakfast and $3.25 for lunch. I was like, God damn. I'm going to tell them kids, you better stay out of that cafeteria in the morning. We're going to feed you before you go.
Being a nurse in the hospital, we're getting ready for the winter round of COVID, pneumonia, and other illness. Yeah, that's the thing. Like I've said that, I think that's probably my takeaway. I think I've been saying this since the C word came around. I think we should go grocery stores, stuff like that, like it should be masked in the wintertime. I think China does that, like during flu and cold season, like public places they make people wear masks in all public places, which I would not be opposed to. I feel like we were trending towards being such a clean country for that 2020 year. People was yes, please. People was sanitizing everything. They was washing their hands. They was, and now we get closer and closer away from it, and
They back to being
back to being nasty.
Back to being nasty. I've said this for so long. I definitely tip my hat off to the nurses and everything because y'all have seen it all. I'm sure within the last 2 years, like on top of just the regular stuff that y'all see anyway. Y'all have seen it all within the last 2 years, and I couldn't even imagine.
I remember I got an email. It was at the middle of 2020, telling me that they was asking me to come back, and they was offering like it was LPNs. They was offering like $35 an hour. That's crazy money for an LPN.
I couldn't even imagine. I couldn't imagine being a nurse under regular circumstances.
Yeah, you try to.
Let alone under these crazy circumstances. Like, oh my gosh, definitely tip my hat. Swear, have y'all caught up on P Valley?
I was supposed to say I ain't got a lot of energy tonight, but so
have y'all caught up?
10:30.
Have y'all caught up on P Valley? So we just caught up last night. It was It was a weird episode at the beginning. Like it started off really weird.
The whole episode was weird.
Well, you thought the whole episode was weird?
The whole episode was weird.
Well, we've missed like from talking to y'all, I would say we haven't talked about the last 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So what's happened in the last 3 or 4?
I think the last one we talked about was a suicide.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was the last one we talked about.
Yeah, his friend. So then he was hanging out at Uncle Clifford's house. Yeah, and grandma got COVID. Yeah. And now she's in the hospital, and the season finale is next week. So there's like so many unanswered questions. Oh, boy started running for mayor along with Mercedes' mama. So now we're trying to figure out.
Mercedes and got kicked out her clique or her man and dropped her sugar daddy and dropped her.
Oh, that coach. Because he had his nerve. But anyway.
Hey, I know when 2 women into each other.
He had his nerve. But
I just don't understand why he was so mad that they was into each other. Wouldn't that make it better?
I just don't understand. Like, why did you have the wife there if you didn't want her to be into it?
Yeah.
Like, why is she there? She should not be there then. That didn't make sense to me at all. But the episode, I don't know. P Valley is just such a good show. I'm telling you, Rochelle, you have to start watching it. Seriously. It's such a good freaking show.
Besides last week, this week, or whatever. That was
I thought it was good. It did start off kind of weird. It
started off kind of weird, never got any unweird.
I think it did. It was
from the dancers to the mama dancing to the kitchen scene to it. Yeah, it just never declined. Never got back on track there.
Whatever. Yeah, pick up P Valley. I can't wait till Keyshawn leaves Derek or kills him. I mean, either or would be fine with me because he,
Or send old boy to go kill him.
Derek been acting a whole fool this whole season. I guess he been acting a fool forever.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be interesting what old girl about to do because wasn't she like on the phone with somebody or something like that? The girl he was sleeping with, his girlfriend in real life.
She was looking at the pictures of that ring from the man that they killed.
Yeah.
That last season, old girl ex-boyfriend. So I don't know what she's planning to do. Because now she was upset that they were kissing, but I don't know what she's planning to do.
They wasn't really kissing. She kissed him, and we don't know how long that was supposed to be like.
I mean, he let her continue.
We don't know how long that supposedly was supposed to happen.
If I were to see that kiss and you were to be like, oh, she kissed me, that ain't gonna fly with that kiss.
Well, we don't know. They was supposed to be in slow motion, so we don't know if that was a 5 second kiss. Because the way he broke off, it looked like it was a 2 second kiss or something. It could have been like a 2 second kiss.
That ain't what I saw. Not what I saw.
And it was like embracing the moment, like he had just saved her life. She was about to get stumped out on stage.
I don't care. I don't care.
Y'all want to know? So I will say this, because we look like we ain't got a lot of P Valley fans tonight. Y'all know what? So Cece, what's the name of the show you've been watching?
I was just gonna say I started watching Married at First Sight. Why did y'all not tell me Married at First Sight was so good? And I've only watched the 2 seasons that are on Netflix. So I watched season 10 and now I'm watching season 11. And I know they're on like season 12 or 13, like right now on Lifetime. But I don't have time to watch TV in real time. So I'm watching the two seasons on Netflix. Season 10 was freaking crazy. Oh, so I've watched one season before, and it's the season that it was like 2, I don't know where they were, but it was like 2 dark-skinned Black people got married, and they're still married, and they actually just had a baby.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and it was from a couple of, I think I watched it. I want to say I watched it during the pandemic. So maybe I think it was like season 7 or something like that. Now I got, they're on season 15 and I'm watching season 10 and 11. So this man, season 10 was a hot mess. He was watching it too.
I was barely, it was in and out.
But season 10 was a hot mess.
It was a mess.
So they were in DC. Season 10 was DC. And it was like these 2 Black couples, and they were just like the one dude, he was just a stone cold liar. Like everything she asked him, he would just lie about. Like she asked him what his salary was, and he was like, oh, well, I don't really have, because he was just supposedly starting this new job. He was like, oh, well, I don't have the salary, or I don't have any checks to pay stubs, but I do have my offer letter. And he showed her the offer letter after he had already given her kind of a breakdown of his salary. He showed her the offer letter, and she's like, okay, this is a lot less than, what you said you made. And he's like, oh, but this is after taxes. And she's sitting there like, whoa. Nobody puts the after tax number on your offer letter. They don't know what you're going to deduct in taxes. They don't know what your health insurance deductions are going to be. They don't know none of that.
They know what your city tax.
They don't know nothing.
Yeah, that's going to be
taxes. They give you a gross number. And he's like, oh, well, that's because I think they just took me as single and they put it on here. And I was like, oh my God, that dude was a liar. He said he even lied to the experts. He said he was a yoga teacher 3 times a week, and he was the person who cleaned the yoga room.
Alan was like, dude, he was like, watching that video, you don't look like you ever did yoga. And like,
yeah, and so I love how the host of the reunion, he don't be letting them get away with nothing. Like he was not letting them get away with shit. He was calling them out on everything. It was so funny. If you have not watched Married at First Sight, it's so good. So season 10 was so good. Season 11, I'm watching right now, and they're in New Orleans. This one quirky couple, they are hilarious, and they're like perfect for each other. They're so cute. But yeah, they're in New Orleans this season. I'm gonna have to go back and find all the other seasons and binge them. I've been watching it all day as I've been working. What other shows like that are on that I'm missing out on? Because I watched that one season and it was okay. I mean, I liked it, but I don't know. It seems like they just got messier with time. Maybe I don't know. I don't remember it being that messy. And I feel like I know I did watch it throughout the pandemic, because like their like bloopers episode, the season that I watched, their like bloopers episode was on right before our show came on in 2020 on Lifetime. Yeah. 90 Day Fiance. I've heard such good things about 90 Day Fiance. So is it like the same concept? They just meet each other and become engaged in 90 days, or become engaged for 90 days and then get married at the end, have to make a decision to get married at the end? Is it the same thing? What is he doing?
Fake eating ice cream.
45 variants of the show. What do you mean all 45 variants of the show? Because I've heard good things about 90 Day Fiance. What? Yeah, you eat the ice cream? Huh? Yeah. What? Ice cream? Yep. Watch Black Love. Me and my husband love that series. Black Love. What's Black Love? What, honey? You broke the ice cream? Oh no. Black Love. Oh, you know what? I think I've seen. Oh, it's on Hulu. I think I've seen some episodes of this because I think like Kadeen and DeVal was on this one time, and yeah, I think I have seen a few episodes of Black Love. I'm gonna have to go back and look at some more episodes. Different. Sometimes they may meet on vacation, online, or something crazy. 90 Day Fiance. Where are they now for past couples before the 90 days? So they meet each other in real life. The show doesn't put them together on 90 Day Fiance. I always thought the show maybe put them together. So they just already meet each other. I may have to try that one. Maybe we should watch Black Love too. The different episodes of Black Love. I've heard that was actually a good show. I'm gonna have to add that to the list. But yeah, I've been obsessed with Married at First Sight. Now I am. I've seen, what's the one? Family or Fiance? I kind of want to watch that one too. I've seen that one too, like the commercials for that one too, where their family doesn't like their fiance, or they have to choose like between their family or the fiance or something.
Oh wow.
Why you say it like that?
Because that's wild.
You wouldn't choose me?
I did. That's a story for a whole nother day. But I did choose you. I did choose you.
Oh, so they've already met and they're in a relationship. They get engaged, and it's usually an American in love with someone in Russia, the DR, or Turkey.
Trying to get into the country.
Is that what it is? That's what it sounds like. I thought I saw somebody say they read The Wife Before. Did I miss that?
I think Sean had deleted that. Yeah.
The Wife Before. Oh, it was a book that I read. I picked it up at Target. I went to Chicago recently, and I picked it up at Target. And oh my God, it's by a Black author. It's called The Wife Before. If you like to read fictional novels, it's like suspense novel, definitely read it. It is so good. Oh, it was such a good book. I finished that book in like 3 days. Oh, Lord. Ready to Love. I heard good things about Ready to Love too. I have seen the commercials on that. Oh, Brianna said there's genuine couples too on 90 Day Fiance. We should start 90 Day Fiance then.
That's not my cup of tea. I'm gonna leave that to you.
They probably up there fighting, y'all. You hear it, MJ?
So reality TV is not my cup of tea. I don't really do reality TV. I just kind of like CC watches stuff. This is she'll be like, when she said, "Oh, he be watching too." CC,
he be asking questions. I thought they broke up. I
don't be watching because I don't.
Oh, he moved back in the house
because I don't know what be going on because I haven't watched the episode. So I'll be like, I might be hear something. Somebody say something wild. Like I think that dude Brandon laying in the. I think I was laying in the bed one night and she was watching it. And I just come back and they were like,
Morgan did it.
hate each other. So
Want me
then
to
I
whoop her
ask
butt?
what happened. Like I might come back in like 4 episodes later, and I'll be like, well, what happened? So
No, he'd be like, oh, he moved back in the house. He did.
Mommy.
What?
Auntie.
Boy, you better get out of here.
Mom.
Huh?
Auntie.
I'm about to check out.
Mom.
Mhm.
Mom.
Oh, put a ring on it. You know, I knew I shouldn't have waited on you.
What?
We never watched the one show on Netflix
What show?
where they were swapping spouses.
Oh, I wanted to watch that.
I know.
Yeah, I wanted to watch that. I said I would have watched it.
Well, we need to watch it. What? This boy. Oh my goodness. Put a ring on it. I've heard about put a ring on it too. Why is you watching yourself? What is you doing? What? You just spit that out?
No, we about to go upstairs. Come on, let's go talk.
Oh my God. Oh, I'm telling you. He gonna get choked out. He gonna get choked out. This is I cannot. My God. Now these kids is stressful. They are stressful. But yes, those are the shows that I've been watching lately. And like I said, Married at First Sight, I can't believe I haven't been watching that because that show is ridiculous. Like it is absolutely ridiculous. I don't really know any other MJ just be acting a fool. He just got put in the bed. Which he ain't gonna do nothing but climb out. The boy climbs right out the bed. What other shows I've been watching? I think that's really it. Oh, we watched on Netflix. What was it called? It was a documentary. The Most Hated Man on the Internet. Have you guys seen that one on Netflix? That one is really, really good. And then there's this other one about like this church in Oklahoma. Was it Oklahoma? And this man was like, he had all these wives and he was like impregnating all these like women and young girls. What was the name of that document? No, not Our Father.
Our Father, yeah, Our Father.
No, that was the one with the doctor.
Yeah, which one?
What was the one with the church?
Oh, Greater Day Saints. What was that? Yeah, that show documentary. Was
Them Netflix documentaries.
I watch one every week.
I was like, I mean, if you like them, some of them Netflix documentaries be so crazy. Like I was telling them about The Most Hated Man on the Internet.
Oh, that one was crazy.
That one was pretty good.
I watch a Netflix doc every Sunday. Cece like, you watching something without me? So now I try not to watch any of them without. I do my documentaries is how she be with reality TV. I think what else another
the Abercrombie one was good.
Good. I would say the Abercrombie
one
about
Abercrombie and Fitch, and I was like, it's funny because so basically they were talking about how they were getting sued for discrimination, basically discriminating against their employees. Like if you were a black employee or a gay employee
or too big
or too fat, anything like that. Like weren't the perfect white, like all American person. They would make you work in the back or whatever,
or they wouldn't hire you,
or they wouldn't hire you. So they were getting like discrimination lawsuits, and I was like, it's so funny because I was a teenager and I knew that Abercrombie and Fitch was not the store for me.
I knew it was
like it just did. It never felt that way.
When you walk in there, well, for one, I thought that was so crazy too.
Dark as fuck.
For one, you walk, they was like they trained their employees to be rude to customers, which I always thought I would. A couple of times when I would go in there or to ask somebody for something, they would act like they didn't hear me. Like I
never knew that.
Yeah. But I never knew that until I watched the documentary. But I have had a couple of times where I went in there and I'd ask somebody something and they would act like they didn't hear me. And I'm like, I know this bitch here, Mary. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever asked anyone anything in there because I just go in there and it's like as a black person, I just never felt like that store was inclusive of me.
No, it definitely didn't feel like it was for us.
And it wasn't. Like the CEO made sure of that. And so it was like, it's so funny how you think about those things. You think about those things and remember kind of how you felt when you walked into a store and then you see this documentary come out years later and you're like, oh, that made sense.
But it's funny because that'd be the thing. And then people be like, oh, that we are at times being overtly, oh, you guys are just being overly cautious about racism or stuff like that. And they were like, no, I think we can kind of feel when racism, like, because there's times, you done got me woke up now talking about this, but there's times where I could be like, no, I think you tripping. Like you tripping as far as racism. But there are definitely times where I'd be like, why are we playing the race card here? There's other times where I'm like, no, that definitely feels racially motivated.
Like it was Abercrombie was definitely one of those places, and then to see like the backstory and how like some of the memos that came out from the CEO and all this, and like it
was I thought the most telling one part of probably my favorite part of the doc was like it was like a manager. I think she like went to go work at like, it wasn't Aeropostale, but it was like a store. Not Hot Top. I forget. She
Hollister, wasn't it?
No, she was working. It wasn't Hollister. She went to go work at like just a everyday. It might have been Old Navy. She was working at like Old Navy or something like that, and she was like broke down crying about how much she loved her job because when she worked at, she had came from like the Gap and Abercrombie, and she had seen these unfair practices, and she was like, it was finally nice to work somewhere where she didn't feel like she had to like do her job a certain way. She could just hire the people she wanted to hire, and it was like they had literally had a code of, what was it, like not cuteness but hotness. Like your store wasn't hot enough. Like I don't even have enough hot employees working here.
They sent people out there to actually judge that, and the manager would get in trouble if not, or if there was like again a gay or a bigger person or a black person or Asian person like working the front, the manager would literally get in trouble because they would send people out there to watch like the stores and make sure that they were keeping up with the image. And it was it's so crazy. And the funny thing is, before we watched the documentary, I've been seeing a lot of like Black influencers like on YouTube and Instagram talking about Abercrombie jeans. And I'd be like, dang, I remember. And I'm talking about influencers like who have like body, like hips and stuff like that. Because that shit did not, if you had hips or anything, them jeans did not fit you. And so I was seeing a lot of that. Like it like started like the end of last year, maybe, that I started really noticing it. And I used to be like, and I remember saying to myself, dang, I remember that stuff did not fit me well. They must have went through a rebrand or figured out that, made more inclusive sizes. Because I remember saying that to myself. And then we watched a documentary like a couple months ago, and it all makes sense now. They're trying to pump it out to the, which I think the new CEO, they rebranded the entire company.
I mean, they brought in they had, because was it a black guy who came in, was basically, was like, oh, this is it. This is
They rebranded the entire company. So now they're like, the stores are brighter. We turn the lights up.
I mean,
we have inclusive sizes on our website. We have inclusive models.
I think they even dropped the Ann Fitch. It's just
Abercrombie now. Yeah. So they've done a full rebrand, and it's so funny because I remember thinking that to myself just like some months back, like, dang, this is not the Abercrombie and Fitch I remember. Because I remember thinking asking myself, was it the same company? I think. So yeah, it was that documentary was wild.
But yeah, I think my favorite documentary in the past few is between the girl, which they played at the end of every time when my favorite sports talk radio show go off at the end of the night. Is like, I don't have time for you. I don't have time for this. I don't have time.
Anna. And Inventing Anna. Yeah. That one was really good.
And then the one with the dude who enemies was after him, and he was getting all these women to send him thousands and thousands.
Twitter Swindler. I didn't watch the Twitter Swindler. A lot of people talk about it. I need to go back and watch that. I did not watch the Twitter Swindler, but Inventing Anna was really, really good. Yeah. Like Netflix, they own it with the content. Like them documentaries be, and I just be like, I feel bad for saying, I'm not even gonna say it. I just be like, you could, I don't know, man. It's like not a lot of Black people in those documentaries. Like some of them just be like, you be like, how did you get all of these people to do this? How is that?
Well, Inventing Anna had her best friend was a Black person.
Yeah. But I mean, like,
but she was also living the lifestyle.
I mean, the one with the church, and the one with the like The one with the church.
I mean, don't act like black people don't be
Black
God.
people,
They be
black people
they
do a
be
lot of
back.
crazy stuff.
They be committed to their churches too.
Black people act the minute that pastor let the minute our pastor tell us to do anything like that.
I mean, he was taking over they company. Like you ain't watched that whole doc. I think you just watched like parts of it. You kind of in and out. Like
Yeah.
I was watching, like I watched your stuff. Like he had them people. Like he had them when like the Olympics came.
Called?
I think like I can't remember. I had to look it up.
But
he had them people like when the Olympics came. He had to move to a whole nother city within the state, and then he had convinced them that because they had all believed like his dad was like his dad was the prophet and his dad was the closest thing to God that they had, and that he wouldn't die. So when his dad died,
I feel like that should have been it.
When his dad died, everybody was shook. Like the whole community was shook. Like you're talking about like thousands of people. So the whole community was shook. And somehow his closest son, convinced all the people that he was his dad like his dad had been reincarnated through him, and that he was the new prophet, and they all had to live to him. Like when I say like he had these people giving thousands, and like you talking about like grown men, like giving up their companies they had created. They had companies and they was giving them up, but they all wanted wives. So he was the one who could be able to pass out the wives. So like these people was having all these daughters and kids, and like these men were allowed to have multiple wives. It was just crazy.
Here you go. Yeah. Keep sweet, pray and obey. Like, I mean, absolutely nuts. Keep sweet, pray, and obey. And where was that? In Oklahoma, I think?
No, it was in Colorado. That was in Utah.
Yeah. And, I mean, ridiculous. It's a new one on Netflix I saw. I Killed My Father. It's on there today. I'm like, I gotta watch that.
But he didn't get in trouble. Like they couldn't touch him. They couldn't touch him until they started getting on some pedophile stuff where they was having sex they was marrying off the 14 and 15-year-old girls and stuff. And yeah, it was like the first prophet. He was like the one. He had like the one girl testified that she was like 15 and he was like 88, and they had sex, and she had to like clean him up after they had sex because he pooped on himself.
That's disgusting. If that would have been the day my faith, I don't believe anymore, because there's no way a God who loves me would make me do this. This is ridiculous. This is crazy. I would be done. I would be done. Like that would be this ain't right. Something ain't right about this. I'm not cleaning up your wrinkly balls. Yours I'll clean up.
It wasn't just his wrinkly balls. He had pooped on himself. Like
I ain't cleaning that up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let the night nurse do that when you
go.
Yeah. Yeah, I like. Oh my God, these documentaries on Netflix be. I'm like, where do they find these people? Where?
Jared, what's up, yo, Jared?
Hey.
So yeah, I'm good on all that people believe in, man. Too easy. I watched them. Was like, y'all so good. I swear. But this is the thing. So Jasmine, here go. CT was saying that too. And so the early on people, I get like, oh, how are you so gullible? But you got to think the people who came up in it, they was born to it, and that's all they knew.
I like the people, and them the people that blew the whistle on it.
Well, some of a few of the. Well, that's no, because he kicked, like it was like the one girl. They blew the whistle. The one girl got kicked out because she was forced to be married. Like she was like 19, and she was in love with another dude. And they was praying, like her and the dude was praying that the father would gift her to him as his wife, but he didn't. He gifted her to somebody else, and those two people ended up having an affair with each other, and he kicked her out of the covenant. So that was one of the start of it. And then there was another girl who had been gifted to somebody and she was like 15 when she was gifted to this person, but she was in love with somebody else who was her same age. She was gifted to like a 33-year-old man when she was like 15, and she still had a connection with like the 15-year-old, and she had a relation with him, not sexual, but they found like messages of them talking, and she got kicked out, and she blew the whistle that she was having sex with that man when she was 15, and this is what was going on in this place.
But how did she know that was wrong? Did she do that right after she got kicked out?
What you mean?
Or did she get kicked out and was like, wait a minute, that's not right?
She got kicked out and was basically like, this is what's going on here. This is wrong. She said she felt like she knew something wasn't right when she was doing it at 15, that this wasn't right. But obviously this is what she was in. She was there, so she was doing it, but she felt like it wasn't right then. And then when she got kicked out,
because that's what I do. I'm like, I feel like the people who were born in it, I can give them a pass, because you if that's what you believed your whole life, if that's what, like, if that's what you believed your whole life, and that's what every single person around you, it's not like they went to school with regular people.
No, they went to
school they shopped at malls with regular, or they probably didn't even really have TVs or nothing on.
They wasn't allowed to watch TV or get newspapers.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, if you don't have any connection with the outside world, and everybody that you know, everything that you know, y'all all do the same thing, y'all all believe the same thing, and you don't know how the outside world operates, I understand the people who are born into it, but it had to start somewhere. So where
the first buy-in from the father. He had convinced them people he was the closest thing to God.
Show me the paperwork. I ain't saying that. Where is it?
The disciples had to believe in Jesus.
This man ain't it. And Jesus ain't had nobody doing that. What part of the Bible said?
It didn't say that ain't what the thing is, though. You get the simple buy-in, and then you start. It was like I said.
Like, sir, what part of the Bible is this? Show me the scripture, because I don't see it.
And then he was like talking them little girls out their underwear and in the deepest part of the church. It was just. I was like, oh my God, what am I watching? Where
Netflix be finding these people? Netflix just come on this show.
Well, they don't know. Well, they all they did was follow the story, and then they found the people. Right. All they did was follow the story.
Right. Yeah. It's like Netflix done got us in the chokehold. It's like Tiger King.
No,
Netflix had us all watching Tiger King.
No, Tiger King. COVID had us watching Tiger King. We would have had nothing else to do.
Eventually, you would have watched it.
If that show was out today, I would not watch it. There's plenty of documentaries that I pass by on Netflix now that I have things to do that I would like.
Eventually, you would have got to Tiger King.
I would not have.
You would have got to Joe eventually.
I would not have.
You would have got to Joe and Carol Baskin. They provided us with much entertainment during the quarantine. Oh, that's exactly what it is. It's mind control. It's fear. Yeah. It's fear mongering. It's mind control. It's all of that. And it's just.
Well, that's what they talk about with like some of the best world leaders. It's a college. It wasn't for. Well, I can't remember what the book was. But some of the best world leaders, best dictators in the world are narcissists. Like they convince you to think.
You have to be.
Yeah, they convince you to think one way, and make you feel bad if you think opposite of that, to bring you back. That's how they bring you back.
Ain't that much feeling bad in the world. And not only that's why I'm like, you gotta be so deep in that to not only to do that yourself, but then to like offer up your children.
Well, that's the thing too. Like this man, like you talk about, you gotta watch. Like it was like he had got to the son had got to a point where he had like this put on this big thing where he had like called the whole community to the church. He kicked out 3 of his blood brothers and 2 like really close, like basically the equivalent of like a deacon in the church, and gave their wives to other men because he felt like they were like starting to question his authority.
And they just went.
But that's the thing though, because the people, that's also creates a fear, because the people were like, oh, well, he'll do this to his own brother. Then what would he do to me?
Where the brothers at? Why the brothers ain't say nothing? Why the brothers ain't go tell the police this is wrong? Where's the brothers?
Because the brothers was messing with the kids too.
Oh, you're right. They was in trouble too. They should have signed an immunity deal. I learned that from power. Everybody getting immunity.
Pray, was
deal.
it Pray Sweet? No.
Sweet pray. Hold on, I got it right here.
I got, like I said, it's
Disgusting.
crazy. It's nasty. And then the other caveat.
Keep sweet, pray, and obey.
The other caveat is by the time when where they messed up at it, they didn't stay in Utah. He found like a little cubby city in Texas where he tried to build like this big. Well, he built like this huge white sanctuary where it was like basically where people go that was going to be the closest to God. He only sent the people closest to God here. And that's another way he got in trouble, because it was like people who had been part of the covenant. He was taking their kids and sending them to this place. Like these people, like 10, 11-year-old kids, he was picking them and be like, oh, you get to go. And the kids would be like, oh, Mom, you coming with me? And the moms wasn't allowed to go. That's when he really got in trouble, because the moms was like, how you taking my kids away from me?
But I feel like that's how everybody gets caught, because you like, oh, I've been getting away with this for so long, and then they start to think, oh, well, how can I do more of it? How can I get more people on my side? How can I do more of this, more of that? And they start to get kind of cocky, and they start to, like, that's what happens. If you can keep shit in house, like, you can get away with anything.
They built this big sanctuary in Texas, and the people of Texas, they ain't like Mormons out in Utah. These people in this city started like, what the hell is going on here? And they wasn't allowed to come like close to the border. And then the Texas authorities got alerted to what might be going on there, and they started poking around, and come to find out the dude who was running it, he was like, you didn't even see this part. He was like going across, took like his 12 wives, younger wives, like across the United States, and they got pictures of them at like Dallas Stadium and New Orleans at the Mardi Gras. They in like Vegas kicking it. Like he got he was, and all this time he had convinced his Coventry to send. They had to tithe they all had to come up with $5,000 a month, and they would take that money and send it to him wherever he was at, and he was just, it's so freaking crazy.
And they were sending it like dummies.
But ain't no different. People? That's how people look at people who tithe, though.
You tithe. First of all,
I'm just saying that's how people.
You have to tithe $5,000 a month or anything a month. I mean, there is a standard, and in the Bible it says 10%. Do we tithe 10%? No.
No, do we? But there's a lot of people. Evander Holyfield talked about that.
There is a lot of people who tithe 10%, but I think if you're in a place where you don't know or you don't see the money doing any good, or you don't know where the money's going, I think that's kind of with anything. It's kind of like you know what I'm saying, you don't go to that place. I feel like there's good and there's good and bad in every single thing, and you have to decide what's good and bad. It's kind of like we were talking about, like when I talk about homeless people, and what I told you about homeless people, and we've talked about homeless people, and it would be like it's people who would be like, oh, well, I'll only give a homeless person food because I don't know what they're going to do with the money. And I'm like, look, I can't worry about what they're going to do with the money. Clearly, if I see them like in the liquor store or whatever, that's a different story. But if they're just on the street and I hand them money, whatever they do with that money, that's what they do with their money. I'm not giving them that money for them. Well, I mean, yes, I am, but I'm trying to do a good thing here. And that's coming from my heart. And so whatever they decide to do with that money is up to them. And it's kind of the same thing with the church. Like, I feel like people get all, I don't know, kind of weird about tithing. And it's like, well, the church has bills too. Like the church has to keep up. I felt like if I felt like that money wasn't going to the right place, I wouldn't say, oh, all churches are bad. I would just find another church. Mm-hmm. Like if one homeless person took my money and went to the liquor store, I'm not about to stop giving money to homeless people if I feel so inclined because one person burned me.
I've bought a brew for a homeless person before. You need out.
They outside in the cold. They need some liquor.
I bought a brew for a homeless person before. I've had a homeless person ask me, like, you buying a bottle? Can you just give me a beer? Yeah, I got you.
And
You
I feel like, and I don't like to buy food. Like I don't like to buy food for homeless people. One, because they could have just ate. What if they just ate? What they gonna do with this food right
Yeah.
now? You know what I'm saying? Like you just don't know. Like if they just ate, they may not need this food right this second, and the food's gonna get cold and the food's gonna get nasty. But if I get them money, hopefully they'll go take that money and buy food or whatever
tomorrow.
they need tomorrow or later. Like you can't just dictate when people are hungry, and that's what people be so worried about what other people doing with their money, and it's like I give for me.
Jasmine.
And, but
Jasmine, you gotta watch it. The document. I'm talking about a lot of crazy stuff here. I am, but I'm not. I feel like I'm not doing justice to this document. It's like it's even like how this covenant was set up. Like this dude, how he was running this. So like he owned their houses. Like they would get loans to buy their homes to get their homes built, and they would have to sign over the deed to him. So they was like so in debt,
and they were just doing it.
they was just, because that's what he would tell. Because he was the closest. They believed he was the next thing to God.
Jesus ain't say this. He ain't let them read the Bible. They ain't read the Bible.
They did read the Bible, but he was God. He
Where
was
Jesus say
basically
that?
giving God's word.
Jesus ain't said, "Give me your house." Jesus ain't said that. I didn't hear him say that. I did not hear Jesus say, "Sign the deed over to your house." To some white man. I didn't hear Jesus
Like I said,
say
he
that.
was given he owned a property. Like it was just like he basically owned, and anybody who forsaken him, it was basically like he spoke of it. They talked about like he talked about a lot. Not Revelations, but what's the end of the Bible? Revelations. And he basically got towards the end of his term, and he talked a lot about Revelation and how he was like damning people. He was basically like when he would kick people out, he was damning them, like how they have forsaken Jesus, forsaken God. He was kicking them out because
Show me the scripture where Jesus said, "Sign this white man over the deed to my house." Show me that scripture, because I ain't seen it. I ain't. They'd kick me out. First thing. I got questions.
Like I said, you wouldn't have questions if that's all
Yes, I do.
came up with.
Yes, I do.
Like I said, you would not. Like I said, that's what I was just watching it, and that's the whole thing. I just keep thinking, like, damn, this is so crazy. Like you see the one picture where the original father, when he died, I think they said he had 52 wives when he died, and each wife had to come and say goodnight to him every night.
Oh, I got time for that.
Like they lined up, like from the first wife to the last wife, and he would go to bed at like 9:30 because the last wife, the one girl, somehow she was the last wife, and they would have to line up at 9:00. And she said by the time she got to him, it was like 10:15, 10:30, and she was so exhausted. And that was the first time she said she was like 16, and that he told her that we're gonna make love tonight when he was like 88.
That's disgusting.
And she was his last. And I mean, he's still getting it up at 88. That's
foolishness.
But yeah, it was just the doc is. Yeah, that one.
Just, like the young
that
girls, I get really weird out. Like, and it's every documentary. It seems like there's always some like. It just feels like there's just a lot of documentaries about just young women being preyed on, and you just think about like the lasting damage that has to do on some of these young women who are probably older women now, but just some of the lasting damage that it does on those women. Like you can just imagine, like, I don't know. I just, that should just, it burns me up. I talk about it. If there's one thing I cannot stand, two things I cannot stand, it is somebody who preys on young women and children. I feel like that is just such I don't know. Young women are so impressionable. And I just remember being, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 even. And it's just so impressionable. And that's such an important time. And just to be preyed on by somebody who you trust and somebody who should know better. And it is the worst. It's just the worst. It's the absolute worst.
Case in point why she hates R. Kelly and Deshaun Watson.
Both of them go to hell. But
not Deshaun Watson.
He can go to hell too. Because he was preying on people too.
Not young women.
It's predatory behavior.
Not young women.
Maybe not young women, but he was still preying on people.
He's a Browns quarterback.
I don't care. He can go to hell too. But yeah, that is like
Well,
that.
like I said, that's what got that man 100 years. He got sentenced to CC. Like at a certain point, why are we still giving out years?
Just say you
I
gonna
think
stay
that
here until you die.
I think that man the pastor got sentenced to like, and the crazy thing, he was still his wives were still coming to see him in jail. He was still preaching, like he was having one of his people come to the jail to record him. He was still delivering a message. They were still following him. He was, basically like, oh, this is what I forget the word when he convinced them, like kind of like what Jesus went through with being crucified. Yeah.
I'm sorry, sir.
And they were still, and there's still people because the one girl,
I believe it.
there's still people in Utah who are like living under his will.
I believe it. Y'all enjoy that. That's why I feel like once I feel like because you can, if you isolate people from, which sometimes is a good or a bad thing, but if you isolate people from, like, if you isolate people, just period, you can get away with a lot of shit.
Well,
like if you isolate like really isolate your, like, don't have any internet, no TV, like you said, no newspaper, no magazine, and you can really isolate people, you can get away with some shit.
Well, that's like, you ever heard this, the mouse? I'm gonna bore y'all with this. It's gonna be real quick. I'm gonna try to explain this in 2 minutes. The mouse theory, where it comes, because that's how I feel like the younger people of this thing, where it comes to this, it's called the mouse shock experience. And it's basically like this scientist or this person who was like doing an experiment. He put five mice in a container, and he put a piece of cheese in there. And whenever the mice would run to the cheese, they would get electrocuted. All five of them would get electrocuted. And then he would take a mouse out and put a new mouse in who had never been electrocuted. So at one point, it was 4 mice in there that had never been. 4 mice in there had been electrocuted. 1 mouse had not. So so boom, he would the new mouse would always run for the cheese, and the other 4 mice attacked that mouse before he could get to the cheese. Boom. Then he took another mouse out. So now it's 2 mice in there that had never been. Every time he just kept swapping out mice, and to the point where there was 5 mice in there who had never actually been a part of the original experiment, but they all would try to attack the new mouse who had never even had the cheese. Yeah.
Night girl.
But yeah, that's kind of what that's. Yeah.
But that's what it is, though. And if you can isolate people from kind of society and the world and social media and TV, which is very difficult to do, but if you can figure out a way to do that, you can probably get away with anything.
Yeah.
Because like you said, it's just you don't know what you don't know, unfortunately. And it's a sad that people prey on that. But yeah, you don't know what you don't know.
There's known unknowns, there's unknowns, and there's unknowns, knowns.
Yeah. It is really sad that people prey on that, which is why I'd be so mad about people who were not isolated and they still make dumb we all make dumb decisions. We all do stupid things. We've all done a lot of stupid things. So it's hard I try not to be judgmental to people, but some things you just be like, God damn, like, come on, girl. Like fucking Twitter swindler who was asking for people to send him money and stuff. Like, sir, no.
They said, what's that one girl? It only took one time. It would only take one black. You know, there wasn't no black girls in there. It was only take one black girl to be like, well, I'm praying for you.
Right. Like, my enemies after me. Oh, dang. What you gonna do? I'd be like, dang, what you gonna do, sir? That's terrible. Look, one thing I'm not giving you is my money, okay? I will give you a lot of stuff. One thing I am not giving you is my money. I will not. He always be making fun of me because I tell him the story. He be like, dang, you couldn't help that man out. I tell him a story about how my ex, like, back, I was in college, but my credit was good, right?
You had a ghost credit, but go ahead.
I didn't have ghost credit. I had real credit. My daddy was paying my credit card bills. Right. Thank you. Thank you.
But still, but you hadn't actually paid a credit card bill.
It don't matter what I pay. They didn't know that. My daddy was paying my credit card bills. But my ex had asked me to co-sign for a PlayStation. I think it was
$300.
$4.
$300.
Back then?
The 3.
It was a 3 back then.
Yeah.
I think it was like almost $400.
It was almost $300.
I think
It was $299.
But after tax, it was almost $400.
Oh, now we can add. Oh, now we can say something was $400.
Anyway.
Now. Oh, okay.
After tax, it was almost $400, and he asked me to co-sign for like the Sony credit card because it was a Sony store in Beechwood, and he asked me to co-sign for a Sony credit card so he can get this PlayStation, and I was like, yeah. I don't do that. I can't do that. We have been together for almost like a little over a year.
$500.
And I was like, yeah, I can't do that. I just don't. He's like, you don't trust that I'm gonna pay you back? I was like, I ain't saying that, but I'm saying I can't co-sign for this credit card for you. I can't co-sign for this credit card for you. I'm not gonna do that. Like I'm not giving you my money.
When he got it, you broke it.
Well, that was under different circumstances.
He got his own. He figured out a way to get it his own way, and you broke it.
He was cheating on me, first of all. That wasn't my fault.
Like I said, he figured out to get it his own way, and you broke it.
It was his fault. He was cheating on me. So that PlayStation had to go. That's a story for another day, y'all. That's a story for another day. We ain't getting into that. But point being, I'm not giving you my money. Point being, I just find that to be really weird that you can really trick people. And in the days of Twitter, like we've all seen catfish. We've
seen Naive also talk about
every time I said, how is anybody getting catfished anymore?
He made that real. What he say? He's like heading out for another catfish episode, even though I've been doing this for 15 years now.
How is it possible that you still getting catfished? You have this is ridiculous at this point. It is ridiculous at this point. You are causing your own heartache.
In this day and age of FaceTime and Instagram, my 2-year-old tries to voice video call me.
Ain't no way I can talk to you for this long and you talking about we've never seen each other. Absolutely not.
In this day, the video messenger and Facebook Messenger, Instagram Messenger.
You can video chat on every single app. Right? How are you catfishing anyone? How is anyone getting catfished? That's the major question.
Yeah. Instagram Messenger,
it's
Facebook
so
Messenger, FaceTime. I think they even got cross-platform. Like, I think you can even FaceTime with Android phones now.
Because you could do like the Google. When we used to do the Google chat.
Yeah.
Hangouts. That's what it was back then. Hangouts. Like, this is crazy. But check out them documentaries, y'all. We'll put together next time. If we find some new ones, we'll put together a little list for y'all because Netflix be having some bomb documentaries. They be a little weird.
I feel like they drop on like Saturday or Sunday mornings because I feel like every Sunday morning I end up watching a new documentary.
Well, like I said, that new one is out. I Killed My Father.
I haven't seen that, but I'm pretty sure
I just seen the commercial.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna pop up because every week I feel like Netflix is offering up a new documentary for me to watch every time I log into my Netflix. Like, oh, Marquise, check this out.
These people just act fool. All right. You ready to jump off here?
Yes.
All right, y'all. This has been good. If you have any other show recommendations, let us know because we're always looking for new shows, especially me. I'm always looking for new shows. And I got all of y'all's show recommendations in my head, so I'm going to have to start them as soon as I finish the season of Married at First Sight, okay? So thank you guys for joining. It's been fun. Great conversation. Love you guys. New video drops.
Tuesday.
All the way Tuesday?
Tuesday or Sunday. I gotta see how I feel.
All right. New video drops Tuesday. Love y'all. Back in 2 weeks, talk about 90 Day. Oh, I'm gonna have to start it because I should be done with Married at First Sight like probably tomorrow or Saturday. So I'm gonna have to start it. All right, y'all. Talk to you later.